Hello everyone, welcome to the class of Health and Physical Education. Today we are going to start with new chapter, that is Unit 9, Psychology and Sports. And today's topic we are going to learn, that is definition and types of personality. So you have heard the word personality. When we used to see others, we praise them because of their good looks, their posture, their qualities. So we used to praise them, that becomes a complete personality. But personality is a combination of the qualities that forms an individual's distinctive character. Here we used to find, with the help of the personality, they used to show the different various characters. Let us learn the meaning of personality. Now the word personality itself is been derived from a Latin word persona, which refers to the theoretical mask worn by the performer in order to either project their different roles or disguise their identity during the ancient Greek civilization. So different types of role, different characters used to play. It has been considered personality. You have seen that in a either in a movie or in the serials, various actor and actresses, they used to play different roles, but actually in their own life, and actually they are not like that, but they are playing the different roles. So that becomes a personality. So various that was been these were being considered as a personality, and actually it was been projected different roles or the disguise that identity during the ancient Greek civilization. It used to work from ancient Greek time period. As its most basic personality is a characteristics pattern of thoughts, characteristic pattern, his behavioral pattern of thoughts, the way how he used to think, he used to feel, and that makes the person, and that makes the person unique. So the most basic personality is the characteristic pattern of the thoughts. So the meaning of the personality means it is the characteristics of the pattern of the thoughts, different thoughts, feelings, and that makes the person unique. So personality usually means that individual is much more than his outer appearance. Whatever the person used to look, it is more than that, because they used to project themselves, they used to show themselves in a different roles. That's why it has been considered that whatever the individual used to see, it is much more than whatever the appearance of that individual is. So it is believed that the personality arises from within the individual and remains fairly consistent throughout the life. So it is the personality, it is believed that it arises from, where does the personality arise? It arises from within the self, that used to learn from the various from the his environment. He used to intimate others, and then after he used to learn, but that is a different thing. So but it has been believed that the personality arises within the individual and remains fairly consistent throughout the lifetime period. It used to remain as it is. So it can also be said that the personality is a sum. It is a total of the inner and the outer capability of an individual. Whatever the inner capability and outer capability of individual, it is been said that it is a sum of all, total of all these things. So personality usually means that an individual is much more than his outer appearance. Personality is a dynamic and organized set of characteristics. It is well organized set of the characteristics the person used to possess or used to carry, which used to influence his or her cognition, emotion, motivation, and behavior in the various situations. So personality refers to the pattern of the thoughts. Personality means what? It is a different pattern. It is a pattern of the thoughts, feelings, social adjustment, and behavior persistently exhibited over time through strongly influence one's expectations, self-perception, attitudes, and the values. So this is the meaning of the personality. It is actually the combination of the qualities what an individual used to carry. We are going to learn the meaning of the personality according to the different writer. Let us see the meanings are been given here. So according to the Mann, the personality may be defined as the most characteristic integration of the individual structure. Individual structure, that means that an individual well organized, well arranged individual structure. Modes of the behavior, various modes of the behavior, his interest, his attitudes, capacities, his abilities, and aptitudes. So here it is a integration, it is a coordination of all combination of all, where the person used to see that these all things lies in a person. It is an individual structure, mode of the behavior, interest, attitude. It is a combination of all. According to the Morton Prince, the personality is a sum total of all. Sum total means it is sum of all. Sum of all totality includes everything, either inner or outer. The biological innate, it is actually inborn quality. Innate disposition means inborn nature. Impulse, tendencies, appetites, and instinct of an individual, and acquired disposition and tendencies. Whatever he has acquired and whatever the inborn qualities in an individual has, that becomes, but it is a sum of all. All these things, total or integration of all together, is been considered as a personality. According to the Gordon Allport, personality is a dynamic organization. It is a dynamic organization where it includes everything like activeness, where we are talking about the dynamic. It includes activeness, it includes energetic. So it is a dynamic organization within the individual of the psychophysical means his internal and external world. Whatever the internal and external world, that is known as psychophysical system that determines the characteristics of behavior and thoughts. That depends that whenever we used to see any of the individual, so whatever his inner and outer world, whatever the qualities he possesses, it becomes a personality. And the way how he behaves and the way how he feels, he used to express, everything becomes are being considered under the personality. That are the characteristics. According to the McDougall, the personality is a synthetic unity. Synthetic unity, when we are talking about a synthetic, it is a chemical reaction. So chemical reaction unity of the mental and physical function in their intimate interplay. Whatever the interaction, whenever he used to interact, he used to inform that how the quality, what are the qualities he or she is having. So personality is a synthetic unity of all the mental and physical function. That means that when we are talking about the personality, it is considered an all-round functioning, that is mental, either it may be mental or physical, in their intimate interplay. So these are the definitions are given by the different writers. There are many other definitions which have been given by Burgess, Freeman, Warren, Eysenck, and Kettle. So actually, after all, it has been said that the personality is the sum of the inner and the outer capability of an individual. Whatever the inner capability and outer capability of an individual, that becomes a personality. Now there are the various dimensions of the personality. Let us see the various dimensions of the personality. That when we are talking about the dimension, there are the various sides, or there are the various phases of personality, like physical, social, mental, emotional. Let us clear one by one. When we are talking about the physical dimension means talking related to the physique. So here when we are talking about the dimensions, the dimension of the personalities are integrated with each other very closely, but dimension has its own area of operation. Each and every dimension has its own area of operation, where the dimensions of personality together makes the personality of an individual. Dimension of personality together, when these all dimensions come together, it makes a personality of an individual. Now when we are talking about the physical dimension, that means that in a personality, what does the physical means? Because when we are talking about the personality is a combination of all dimensions: physical, mental, social, emotional. These all characters, or these all phases, an individual should have, so that his personality becomes more and more better. But when we are talking about physical dimensions, so what does the physical carries actually? So physical dimension is considered the more significant dimension of the personality. Physical dimension is mostly related to like having a good physique, good appearance, good health. And individual are impressed by the person who have good height. When we used to when we used to see other people, at that time, if they are having a good, well heighted, they are having a good body, good appearance, good posture, sturdy body, bright face, having a good color complexion, skin color complexion. So these are being considered as an physical, that is outer. So on the contrary of an unconfident, stooping, weak person do not have a good impression. Actually, they are comparison of the good person as well as the weak person. So the weak person may not be having a good personality, or they will not be having a everlasting impression on others. So the inner quality do not matters in the beginning. So that's why when we are talking about the physical dimension, so we are talking about only physical dimension. It doesn't matter that whatever the inner qualities our individual is having, we only used to look at the face, that if the person face is good, that means that he is having a good personality. We do not used to see if they are having a good face, good physique. Then just we used to watch their outer personality, and we used to get impressed. But personality is as we have told, that personality is a combination of all the dimensions like physical, mental, social and emotional. So we need to take into consideration all the dimensions. So sound mind exists in a sound body. It has been also been told that individual is related to the this physical structure of an individual is been related to the heredity. Whatever the heredity in their family that has been coming, the same the person is going to get whatever he has been got from his father or forefathers. It is an heredity. Now, certain traits of the one's personality are improved in proper environment. Here, certain traits are there of any of the personality that are being improved in a proper environment. If they are getting a good environment, if they are getting a good friend circle, then the personality will also become more and more better. And if the person has been entered into such a environment, if the environment is not good, then it is not going to enhance the personality, it is going to deteriorate. So for improving the personality, the balanced diet, physical exercise and other environmental factor improves the physique, appearance and the health, posture and glow on the face of an individual. That means that everything used to improve when a person used to take all these things like balanced diet, physical exercise and environmental factor, that improves the everything. This appearance, health and posture, everything used to improve. So the physical dimension is really significant dimension of the personality. That's why it has been considered that physical dimension is must for a personality. So actually, what does the physical includes that we have learned? That is appearance, outer appearance. Either it may be a posture, good appearance, good physique, good health. These all are being included in the personality. Having a good body weight, proportionate, and actually the body fat has been well proportionately maintained. Then second we are having, that is mental dimension. So here when we are talking about the mental dimension, the mental dimension is related to the mental and intellectual strength and ability. Here the real identification of the personality lies in the mental dimension. This is the must. This second point is given, that is the must, because when we used to watch or look others, and we used to just judge the personality of an individual by just watching them from the outer. But when we are talking about the inner, that is considered a mental dimension. The real identification of the personality lies in the mental dimension. Now here when we are talking about the mental dimension, here the society, until and unless one is mentally sound and acquired ample of knowledge, nobody can contribute to the society. If they are, until and unless they are having a good knowledge, nobody is going to contribute. Those who are not mentally sound, having nothing to offer to others. So many great personalities in the world, though they are not good looking, but they possess mental and intellectual qualities. So mental dimension, when we are talking about that, at that time we always used to keep in mind related to the mental and intellectual qualities. The person, those who are having possessing good mental and intellectual qualities, their personality will also be good. So the development of the thinking, reasoning, intuitions and the judgment etc. are being possible only through the education. So if you want to develop the personality, then mental dimension is must. So you need to develop your mental dimension. You need to develop the thinking, reasoning, and you need to educate yourself. You should acquire more knowledge. So these are the points which are being related to the mental dimension, are being included in the mental dimension. So if one lays more stress on the struggle and learning, then he or she can become more intellectual and he can improve his personality. Then the third point we are having, that is social dimension. When you are talking about the social dimension, at that time we are talking about the society, that a person used to be socialized right from the birth time. And actually it has been considered that human are being considered a social animal. So from the birth, right from the birth, the we used to teach the child to get socialized, and the human child learns to behave because he is basically sociable. He learns by intimation, he learns by examples, learns by perception, various by getting various examples. He used to learn by imitation. He used to watch others, and then afterward he used to act like them. Then he has been influenced in the first stance by the behavioral pattern, custom, tradition, norm, standard, and manners prevalent in the society. What is working on in the society, he used to watch and we used to learn from that. Either it may be the behavioral pattern, that what is the behavioral pattern, how I need to behave in a society. Then what are the customs, what are the rituals I need to follow. The traditions which my family members are following and which in a society they are following, we need to follow that. What are the standards and the manners prevalent to the society, whether my behavior will be what type of behavior I should possess, so that it is betterment for the society also and everyone. So that means that he has been influenced by the in the first tense by the behavioral pattern, custom, tradition, norm, standard, and manner prevalent in the society. A good personality is one which is sociable and socializing. Good personality means what? That one should be socializing. He should meet others. He should greet others. So he should socialize himself. That is one of the good personality traits. Then the social qualities like characters, morality, etiquettes, manners, work ethics, friendliness, good attitude, helpful nature, cooperation, sympathy, kindness, etc. These are the quality traits which has been essential for the good personality. So these traits are being developed in the surrounding in which the individual is reared up. Where the individual used to grow, these all qualities or these all characters are being developed. So these qualities are very much essential for the good personality, and the person, they should possess all these types of qualities. So that are being considered social dimension. Then in emotional dimension, it includes when we are talking about the emotions. So emotions like fear, anger, amusement, happiness, enjoyment. So these are being considered as emotions. Now these, a person should also have they should be able to well balance, they should able to control over the various emotions. So this is the must. The emotional dimension is also one of the important dimension of the personality, because emotional dimension is related to the emotional stability. If we don't know that how to behave in a society, where to express happiness, where to express sorrow, excitement, where to express ourselves sad. So sadness, these all are all things, or these all emotional qualities, they should be able to manage that. So to have a good stability is essential in aspect of the one's personality. It means that one should have the proper control over the various emotions such as fear, anger, disgust, distress, amusement, happiness in different situations. As a matter of fact, many of the sports person sports person you have seen that they get more excited if they used to win, and they start crying and they used to they start crying and abusing the umpire or referees when they used to lose. When they are losing, they will start crying or they will start abusing the umpires. And when they win the match, they used to get happy or excited. So such situation shows that one emotional status. Many times you have seen that spontaneous outburst. You have seen that many people, they are very outburst. So such emotions is not accepted as a sign of good personality. It is a sign of immaturity. In fact, that one should be emotionally stable. It is the ingredient of the balanced personality. So emotional dimension is also one of the most important dimensions. The person should develop this. in order to improve his personality, his or her personality. It can be said that personality is overall impression that a person can create on other. It is an overall impression that a person used to create on other. We have seen many of the actor and actresses when they used to perform, and in the real life when they are coming on the reality shows, you may see their behavior that is totally different. What they used to perform in the movies or in the serials, it is different, and what they are in the real life, it is also different. So it is an overall impression that a person creates on other, and that impression is being created by them on us. It is an integrated image of the all dimensions: physical, mental, intellectual, social, and emotional. Integration of the images of all dimensions. Now, then the next point we are going to learn, that is the types of personality. Now, I am having a picture here. The types of personality, understanding the 4 types of personality: type A personality, type B personality, type C, and type D personality. So here, and type X is also being given here. It combines the 2 or more personality type when they are equal. That has been considered type X. But in our syllabus, it is given only type A, type B, type C, and type D. Now let's see that what type of personality type A possesses. So type A possesses the personality. They are goal oriented, they are very competitive, they are risk taking, they are self critical. They know that they need to improve, so they used to criticize themselves and they used to work hard. High working involvement, they are easily excited, and owing that to that usually fall prey to the hypertension. Such types of people, they are inviting, or they used to fall prey towards the hypertension. Then they experience the persistent same of urgency, always struggling against the clock. They are always struggling against the clock. Now we are going to learn the types of personality. So we are going to learn to understand the 4 types of personality. Now there are different types of personality, like type A personality, type B personality, type C, and type D personality. In type A personality, they are goal oriented, they are very competitive, they are self critical. They know that where they have made the mistake and where they need to improve. They used to criticize themselves. They are high working involvement, they are hard working, they are risk taker also. They are good under the stress, they do good under the stress. So easily they used to get excited, and owing to that they usually fall prey to the hypertension. They also invite the disease like hypertension. They are always struggling against the clock. They quickly become impatient with the delay. If any of the delay is being seen, then they become impatient. Then such types of personality will also possess. They are easily aroused to the anger. They become hostility as well as aggression. They are more prone to the heart ailment. Such types of person, they always used to invite the heart related disease. Then second type of personality, that is type B personality. They are considered socializer. So here they are relationship oriented, outgoing, and enthusiastic. Such types of personality are not competitive in nature. They are easygoing. They are not angry and hostile. They are able to express their emotional appropriately. That means that they are very well balanced. They cope up with the stress effectively. They are not the overachievers, or over ambitious in the life. They are quite satisfied with their life. That's why they are being called as a successful person in the life. So such types of type B personality are being considered one of the successful person in their life is being considered type B personality. Now type C personality. What does the type C personality includes? That are being detail oriented, logical, and prepared. So here in type C personality, it is being given that they are having pleasing and appeasing nature. That means they used to make others happy. They are unable to express their emotions, especially when they are when they have become angry. They are unable to express their emotions. They are able to suppress their emotions efficiently, and when they used to suppress their emotions, then such types of person may invite the disease like cancer. They are having a disease like risk of cancer. So such types of person, they used to suppress their emotion. They do not used to express their emotions. They are lethargic, they are passive, they are hopeless and pessimistic, negative type of behavior. They used to deny their own needs. Whatever their needs are, they do not express their needs also. They feel alone, and their loneliness begins in the early age, and such behavior pattern which may enhances the risk of cancer. So such types of person may invite the disease of cancer also. So in type C personality, they are introvert type of personality. We can say they are not able to express, less expressive. Is considered as a type C personality. Now type D personality, that are being considered as supporter. So here it is been given like task oriented, stabilizing and cautious. But here I hope so that whatever I am discussing here personality and whatever is given in this picture, that makes a little bit of difference. So just check accordingly. So the individual with this type of personality, they usually suffer from the high degree of distress. They are being considered sufferer. So such type D personality are being the sufferer. Both we used to give the name of a sufferer. They suppress their feelings. They do not express their feelings. Such people don't share their emotions with the other person because they always have the fear of the rejection or disapproval. So type D personality, they are having a fear of rejection and disapproval. Such individual usually prone to the heart ailments. That means that in type C personality and type D personality, they are nearby same. Mostly they are same. They are prone to the heart ailments. Such types of, they are definitely whenever you are not able to express your feelings or whatever your desires, you are not able to express in front of others or to your loved ones. If you are not able to express that, then definitely you are going to invite the disease related to the heart. So they are susceptible to the high blood pressure, inflammation and depression. They have the great risk of premature death. They usually lead to the poor quality of life. So type D personality are being considered the last type of personality, where you can find out that such types of personality are having a poor type of life. They are inviting the many of the disease which are related to the heart, blood pressure, inflammation and depression. These person also go towards the depression, as well as they may have the risk of the premature death also. So these are the types of personality. And type X, which is been given here, which is not included, but it is a combination of two or more personality type when they are equal. So these are been the different types of personality. In the next, we are going to learn the traits and the types of personality according to the Sheldon and Jung's classification, and Big Five theory. We are going to learn that. So for this today, this much. You can prepare the notes on the basis of this. Thank you.